I will show the video of her treatment. First, I design the nose and I mark the asymmetry or curved axis, because during injection, I will try to fix this asymmetry, not completely, but as much as I can. And this bony part, which is rhinion part, I won't inject the filler because it's already elevated. If you inject the filler here, then you will get some trouble to put more filler on in the upper part and the lower part. So this part should not be injected, the filler. Since I plan to inject her into her mid-face as well, I'm blocking the infraorbital nerve using lidocaine. And also, not always, but sometimes if there is a high tendency of bleeding, I inject lidocaine mixed with epinephrine only into the tip of the nose. And then, since I will use 22 gauge needle, cannula, I'm making an entry point using a 21 gauge needle. And this is very hard filler and high elasticity and high cohesiveness filler. First, I start from a little lower part from the tip, but I should go a little superficially, but I should stay as deep as possible. But when passing through the rhinium part, the needle or the cannula will be located into a very superficial layer. So I stop before the rhinion, and I'm injecting into the supratip area. As you see here, I'm trying to inject a little laterally to fix the asymmetry. And after injection, I'm molding to make a proper location of the filler. And for the upper part, I'm using 27 gauge sharp needle, and starting from the radix part, heading to a little upper part from the radix part to fill into the mid of the center of the radix part. So I'm touching the bone with my needle, and I'm injecting 0.1 to 0.2, sometimes 0.3, but not more than 0.3, and mold after injection. To make more defined projection or augmentation, you should use a very hard filler or a filler with very high elasticity. And also, I inject a smaller amount just above the first point, approaching from the same entry point, almost same, but different angles. So it's to make a more smoother line, skin surface, to make a more natural this profile. So I'm molding using an ointment, not to damage the skin. The molding process is very important because the filler is injected not always at the same location, at the precise location. So you should move the filler where you want to place the filler. So this part is not injected, but upper and lower part are injected area. So it should make a more smooth contour without showing any boundary lines. This is the anterior nasal spine injection or columella injection. Just the center of the nasolabial angle, you should inject using a vertical bolus injection method, you can touch the needle to the nasal spine. And then your needle tip is located in a very safe area. This area is very loose area, so you should inject at least 0.3, but I recommend up to 0.7, not more than 1 ml. On average, I inject 0.5, and then you see the nasolabial lingual is a little widened than before, and then the nasal tip is more projected. And I also injected into her mid-face, because if I inject only on her nose, as her mid-face is quite flat and without any very less amount of soft tissue, then there will be a little awkward or unnatural. So for the balance, I'm injecting on her mid-face, especially into the central area, to make the balance. Because augmenting her mid-face or make a replacement of the volume will make a better result. And her tear trough, sometimes I use cannula, but the sharp needle is more convenient and more efficient. I'm injecting only 0.2, sometimes 0.3 per side. I'm injecting on the bone, just below the inferior orbital rim, exactly 0.5 centimeter from the inferior orbital rim. I inject 2 or 3 deep bolus injection using softer HA filler. And this is wrist of space injection, because most Asians have bony hypoplasia for this area. So she's young, but she have nasolabial fold. Actually, she doesn't have any nasolabial fold. She only has a depressed bony part. So I'm filling into the deep layer, bolus injection 0.5 ml. And also, like the nose, I'm using the hardest filler to make a better projection. I know that there is angular artery very close to this entry point, but I'm injecting vertically, so there's no chance to inject intravascularly. But I may damage the vessel, but it's not a serious problem. So very gentle injection is necessary, but you don't need to be worried about intravascular insufficiency. Also, I'm injecting, this is a location where zygomatic ligament is located. So stretching method by injecting vertical bolus injection using hard or moderate hard filler, you may achieve a lifting effect. So I almost finished the injection. I know that the nose injection is the main part, but sometimes I should spend more time to inject the area around the nose.